Hey guys, I am coming to you live from Zeke's daily Wednesday tournament actually. Got a little bit bored, decided I would come see what's good with this. And it's funny enough, this is the finals, so I actually missed out on a lot of the other stuff. Doing an earlier cast, which will be on our YouTube channel later today. But funnily enough, our player of the week, Opticalrh, has made it all the way to the finals, and today he's going to be facing off against Spydo, who's playing Zerg. Opticalrh, obviously a Terran player, and they're on Zelnaga Caverns today for their finals. It's a best of three, and these guys have both come a very, very long way to be here in terms of there was like 120 players signed up. So definitely a tip of the hat to those guys at Z33k.com. If you're watching this, if you've never been there and you're looking to get into tournaments, definitely hit them up. Great bunch of dudes, great site, and we do our tournaments over there, but they do a daily tournament just for fun, and it's I don't know, it's a looks like a fairly all-inclusive tournament, so definitely props to them, and props to the players letting me cast this. I was just like, I'm really bored, can I jump in? And Spydo was like, sure, and RH, I didn't even know RH was going to be playing this actually, so I just rolled in. Sure enough, there he was in the lobby, so it's kind of funny. And you can see him play this Friday actually. It's going to be streamed live on justin.tv/chocobo rider. It's going to be my co-commentator. So definitely check that out if you're watching this and want to see more of Opticalrh. But we'll see how Spydo does. I don't really know too much about him, honestly. I haven't really had enough time to get my shit together, if you will, and see, do research on the players. But he definitely has beaten back a ton of people to get this far. So clearly he's got some serious skill about him. As I mentioned, there's like 120 players signed up, so a very, very competitive tournament. There is no prize or anything, but nonetheless, mad props to him for making it this far. So if I'm a little bit down on him, it's not because he hasn't played well. I just haven't seen the other games. But we'll definitely see what goes on here. I mean, from my standpoint, I come in with a bias. I know how good RH is. He defeated Hyper last week in our tournament, and it was definitely a very impressive display. So we'll see what happens here. You see, looks like Spydo trying to kill that SCV that's making this barracks real quick, and he's not going to get it, but he's in here, and he knows this wall is going on. He actually got it. Wow. So well done from Spydo. That's going to be a problem for RH. He's going to have to, it's going to sort of delay that barracks a little bit, and, look at that. Spydo using that time to get a natural up. And wow, he's going to go ahead and get the extractor trick as well. So, Spydo definitely has something about him, sure enough. He's here for a reason, and, I stand corrected. Any sort of doubt I had about him earlier is definitely gone at this point. That was a very nice maneuver, and, Opticalrh getting some Marines out quickly, and look at that, he's rallied them all the way down here, and wow, he's got a bunker coming up as well, so putting a little bit of bunker pressure on there. So far, a very, very interesting game from both players, definitely not holding back at all. They've been here, this tournament started at 9, it's now 12 Eastern Standard Time, and so they've been here about 3 hours, so both players definitely want to win it for the glory, and for Zeke has this rank thing, so you look pretty good. It's like on paper kind of deal, and so they definitely are going after their on paper stats here, and it would be nice to win it. RH putting on some Marine pressure here, and if he gets that Marine in the bunker, there's going to be some serious trouble. He gets it in there, and Spydo has to move all of these drones out of here, and he's not going to be able to saturate this natural because of it, and he is in trouble. Oh boy, almost losing this Overlord, and looks like he's trying to bring up a Spine Crawler. RH bringing another Marine down here, and looks like they're going to get out of that bunker and go after the Spine Crawler. Oh, nope. Opting to just stay in the barracks. I think he knows Spydo has to move that to get in there. Spydo's got a spawning pool up. He's got a gas coming. I don't think he has metabolic boost yet, but he's got some Zerglings, and they're going to completely ignore this barracks, it looks like, and just try and put pressure on Spydo. He's got this, on RH rather, sorry. He's got this wall up though. It's going to be a little bit difficult. Look at this, he's going to have to move this Spine Crawler, and if he gets in range of this Marines, he's being very cautious with it. He's got to be careful. If that hatchery goes down, he's going to be in deep, deep trouble. And he's trying to find a position where he can put the Spine Crawler where it's just out of range of those Marines, but in range of the barracks so that he can kill it. And it's going to be, if he can't, there it is. He's found the range, and it looks like he's going to try and get some Zerglings in behind it, but there is an SCV here. It is repairing it, and those Marines are out of the bunker, and those Marines are going to get surrounded, and they're all dead. Zerglings doing a great job there of surrounding those Marines and killing them. And Spydo dealing with it, but RH having a lot of time to put pressure. See, meanwhile, Spydo's extractor has come up, so he's got vision on this sort of back line. And will he see this command center coming up? That's a good question. He doesn't actually, so that's really good placement by RH, putting that just out of range. You see some Hellions coming out from RH now. Those are pretty effective against Hyper when he played him. Hyper also a Zerg player, so RH is not in a position where he's not familiar against, you know, TVZ, and he's a Grandmaster, so if he was unfamiliar against TVZ, that'd be a little bit awkward for him if he ever came up against a Z player, Zerg player. So, but we'll see. He's dealing with this extractor right now. Meanwhile, Spydo is just getting this expansion sort of saturated it. That bunker did its job in that it dealt with that. Now here come those Hellions. Those Hellions putting pressure on these Zerglings, and if these Zerglings can't get a surround, then they're going to be in trouble, and they're not getting that surround that they need, and those Hellions are going to toast them almost for free, it looks like. And sure enough, 4 Hellions dealing with about 8 or 9 Zerglings there. Didn't lose a single one. Great micro from RH, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and put pressure here, and he's heading all the way into this natural right now. And there are spine crawlers up here, so I'm not sure he's not going to be able to put too much pressure on it, but he could try and hit up into the main. Looks like that's what he's trying to do. He's going to toast a couple more Zerglings. Wow, these have gotten so many kills now. Each of them has about 5. Those Queens making a nice wall, forcing those Hellions around back of this natural. Spydo doing a good job getting those drones out of the natural, desaturating it, if you will, very, very quickly so he doesn't lose those extra drones. Now, he's a little bit oversaturated as main, but he didn't lose those drones, and that's very, very important at this point. Look at him. He's rallied. It looks like he's rallied them away from this hatchery, and he's using these Queens very, very effectively as a wall. RH not able to sort of get those Hellions up there and do the damage he needs. It looks like it's going to be enough to force him away for now. Spydo going to lose another Zergling, and he's losing a lot of those map control Xel'Nagas that he had earlier in the game. RH looks like he lost 1 Hellion actually, but look at these 6 kills, 5 kills, 2 kills. Who knows how many that other one had? Probably, I would wager, I guess, about 4. So he's done a lot of damage there, and it looks like he's going to go ahead, RH is going to go ahead and move this command center down at this point and get sort of his natural saturated, because he is behind in terms of the income tab. Take a look, 36 to 28, so he is back a little bit, but he definitely has used that army composition advantage, the mineral advantage. Look at 200 to 700 on the army composition tab. So he has used that advantage he had from not expanding early. He's used it very, very effectively. He's got tanks coming up now, and it looks like he's going to have a fairly tank-heavy thing. He's got siege tech coming up, but he does have these 5 barracks. So it's going to be marine tank, it looks like. Be interesting to see if he gets marauders with it, but I'm not exactly sure if he would do that at this point. Just sort of use that tank spread very effectively and push with that. Spydo in a position now where his army composition needs to come up to par really quickly. He's got a second hatchery coming out, so look, maybe trying to boost some units out. Is this no evolution chamber? So sticking with those ground units at this point, getting those evolution chambers for those lings. He does have metabolic boost now on those lings, I assume, I would hope. Let's take a look. Yeah, not exactly sure, but one would assume he's got a second evolution chamber coming up as well, and he's got these gases going, but really not too much in terms of army form. You see him, he's breaking down these rocks to get to this third. We've seen it before on Xel'Naga, and boy, I mean, yeah, I mean, here comes the push from RH, and I don't think there's enough here from Spydo to deal with it. He's got a Queen very far out here. He's got to be careful, because if that gets hit, he's going to be down a Queen here, and it looks like those Hellions are going to mop this up really quickly. Here comes the force behind it. The siege tank does have siege tech up now at this point, and take a look at the army tab. Look at that, 1600 to 275. So if the army tab is correct here, I would have to hypothesize that the game could be over right now. Spydo making a push, trying to surround these tanks. These tanks doing a great job getting a lot of them. There's, look at the pulling Queens off Spydo. Maybe he's pulling drones in a second. He's got to use these spine crawlers more effectively. He does have 2 back here. He's got to use it as, you know, use them to the advantage. Getting a marine there with one of the spine crawlers. But those siege tanks are set up now. And, boy, trying to get us around on them. Almost losing a Queen. Wow, very close to losing a Queen. 36 health left. But look at these siege tanks. Way out of range from these spine crawlers. Just going to go ahead and chip away at this hatchery. Chip away at these spine crawlers. RH has all day to do whatever he wants here. And look at him. He's reinforcing this with even more marines and another siege tank. 2,000 over 650 on that army tab. And looks like Spydo is racing to bring more units up. And nice surround with those Zerglings, though. He's going to get one of those siege tanks. Well done there. Got another Hellion. And the Queen going to get another Hellion, but there's one siege tank here still, and another Hellion. That Hellion's going to die, but here come the reinforcements, and he's repairing this siege tank with one of those SCVs. Very nice move from RH, and wow, Spydo can't get in here with these Zerglings because these siege tanks are way out of range and just sort of decimating them. And here comes RH into the mineral line, getting 2, 3 drones, and once again, Spydo is forced to retreat back into that main, and this natural is gone, and that is a definite killer blow. See some broodlings coming out, doing a little bit of damage to RH. It's funny, there's no medevac, so you can't heal those, but wow, he's in trouble. He's got banelings, though. Look at these banelings back here. If he can get those into those Marines in, oh, nice micro by RH, sees them coming, backs off, gets that spine crawler, and that was all that was really keeping them there. But here come the banelings trying to get a nice, trying to hit them, but couldn't quite get them. And Spydo's pulled off now, using a baneling to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, nice banelings though, and all those Marines are gone. And there's just one siege tank here, but look how much more there is from RH. There is so much more to come. 1750 over 150 now, losing that siege tank to a couple of Zerglings actually. Surprising that he wouldn't pull that back. Constant pressure from RH though. He knows, okay, I've gotten this natural, and this game is coming to its end now. If I can keep putting this kind of pressure on, Spydo is behind in terms of army composition because he tried to expand, and that early move with the bunker is really it's coming to fruition now. It's multiplying in terms of how effective it was, because Spydo's in a position where he chose to make those drones, get it early, and there it is. GG. He knows it's done because he sees that force coming. And it was a great game from Opticalrh. And boy, Spydo, he just didn't deal with that bunker well enough, and he just didn't get back there and get it out of the way, to the point where that early expansion was made